So I wanted to do background characters for a project I'm working on. Um, right now you can see me in a page going through all of the options, and I ended up just choosing one, which was the credit card. I didn't really feel like doing any of the others, to be super honest. I thought they were kind of boring, but at the end, I don't know, perhaps pants and bread could have been fun. There's a character in the Gaslight district of Glitch who has a bread head, I just remembered. But yeah, I chose the credit card because I thought it would be really funny. The idea I have, I don't really want to. I don't know if I should super talk about it because I plan to do it like a comic in the future, so I don't want to spoil the whole story. But yeah, basically the idea is for the secondary characters to have these fun designs, sort of like the Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know if you have seen that series, but all the characters, like all the background characters, have super like original designs. They have I remember one specifically, which was like super funny. The guy was like, he made robberies, and his head was literally like a fingerprint. That was super funny. But there were like a bunch of designs, and all of the characters seemed to come like from different universes. And that led to people like adding Gumball or other characters from other series into the world and say like he fits perfectly, and yeah, like that's the whole thing of the series. I think the Amazing World of Gumball has to be one of the most original, like one of the best series I have seen in my whole life. Like I've seen a bunch of cartoons and animated media, like animes and all, and animated films and all, but I don't know, like that that series is special. I haven't seen the last season yet. Like it's in my to-do list. Like something to do in the future. I have so many things to watch. Like too many. And right now I'm watching the Assassination Classroom, which I had some idea, but I thought it would be more like horror. um i I don't know, I had some idea that it was not super horror, like it had some funny elements, but it's literally so so cute. I'm getting away so much from the subject, but I wanted to talk about it. Like Dion, like it's really cute. I don't think the characters as of now, like I think I'm in episode 6, are super developed, like the children. But one thing that ruins me that series totally for me, like I was having such a good time watching it, but then they started with the like sexual jokes and all those things. Like I don't think I have seen a single anime. Like I think Attack on Titan could be an exception. No, I'm lying. Like I've seen a lot of anime that doesn't do this, but the majority does this. That like do all these jokes with pedophilia and things that are seem like so normalized, and those things ruin the watching experience for me totally. Like I the teacher of this anime is like an alien, not exactly, like he's not human. But he made, and I like he was becoming my favorite character, but then he started with these shows like of making high school girls like him and all the things, and oh my god, like I had to ignore those things with such a willpower. Like I it's so frustrating because the series is so good, like or at least what I have seen. Like it's not the best series of the world, but it's enjoyable, and that ruins it for me, to be honest. Yeah, I think these are good practices for character design. Like I know that a lot of artists are interested in character design. I don't like I like it, of course, but I don't know if I could actually live out of it. Um, I don't know. I enjoy doing these characters though. Um, but I threw myself like I came up with the first idea, which was like I thought credit card old guy, like that's not very good for a character designer, but I don't know, I was trying to have fun and all that, so I didn't take it too seriously, and I ended up really liking these designs, or at least this first one. The second one, which like I think I'm gonna do like a part two to show that one, and the third one, um, I think the third one is the one that I like the least, but I don't know, like I think it has its own thing. But yeah, like I threw myself this sketch that you see. It's like the first one I did. But you know, when a design works, it works. And I I did his clothes, so like you can see that I have like a reference photo there because I wanted to, like I've been doing clothes, like practicing clothes, like how to draw them and all that. If you're an artist, you should know you have to you have to do practices. I've been drawing for like 11 years, and um, I never realized how important practices are. I've recently started doing them more often, and they really like who would have thought they are very useful. Um, but yeah, like close practice, material practice, like drawing metal or rocks, or you know, those things. I usually always had an idea for like a bit drawing, and I started drawing it, and like the process took me like 2 days or 3 days, and at the end I wasn't really super happy with the results, because I think I learned a lot of things in that practice, like perspective or drawing clothes or drawing faces. And at the end, like I had learned all those things that I could have learned practicing before a big drawing, and um, I learned all those things, and I saw the drawing, and I was like, I could have, like right now I could do better, which is like really frustrating when you've been working on a piece for a very long time and you realize like this, I don't like this. um but yeah, if you're an artist, like have fun. um like something that I find useful is drawing characters that I like with using these clothes. um but i I realized that I find practicing pretty soothing, like relaxing. I don't have to think about it too much, like at the morning or things like that. Um, but yeah, all this brings me back to the topic of the actual drawing. Um, you know, I make these videos basically to talk about topics that I'm interested in. Um, but I made this for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I wanted to do like background characters for this idea that I had, which I already have. There will be like four main characters. Um, the character which is the main character, the main girl. I don't know. I could show it on screen if I remember. It's like a weird combination between Twilight and Pomni from TDC. Twilight from like My Little Pony. Um, like I don't know if you've had this same problem as me, which I think it's the main issue I have when creating original characters, which is I like I can do fan art and I like the like I have to like a character. Um, like I can create a original character and then never draw it again because I don't feel connected to it, which you would like say like you have to give it a better story or more profound background for you to like him or like them. For which I would say, you are totally right. But yeah, I think these characters that I've done now, uh, I've I've come to like them. They are pretty new though, so I don't know if I will like them forever. Um, and another thing that I've come to realize is that I always stay with the first idea, which is something that they usually tell you not to do. But like, I drew the main character um, one time, and then I like sort of tweaked her design, but not really. And then I made the second character, which I also did like one time, and it sort of tweaked a little bit, but not really. Um, I don't know if that's your process when doing original characters. Um, you know what makes you happy, whatever makes you happy, you know. But I don't understand those people that have like 100 original characters and they draw them all the time or those artists that are obsessed with their own original characters. Like i I want to be that person. Like there comes a point when you know you like fan art and all that, and um you become a little bit tired of drawing the characters of other people, um because you want to do your own thing, or at least that's something that happens to me. um but yeah, and that's why I decided to do these characters. Like I wanted to have a story or a comic. Right now I'm doing like a comic for TikTok of the Missing Digital Circus, and I'm having fun and I'm learning a lot of things, but at the same time like I want to do my own thing and create my own stories, and I yeah, I wanted to do a story for that. And besides, I don't know if you are like this, but I always have a story in my mind, and the thing I struggle the most is finishing them. I think that's something that everyone suffers from, not finishing their stories. But I find it so hard. Like, I don't know if you are one, like, if you read or read fanfics or books or whatever, but I've read of people that find writing soothing or something that they do in their free time to have fun, and I don't know, like I don't know if I'm like perhaps I'm not really a writer at heart, and I just have stories in my mind that I want to do, but I don't really know how to write them. The thing is that I've even like I studied like academically how to write stories, so that shouldn't like I should have a base, but yeah, like I draw for fun or to be find it I find it soothing. I could never write um, for fun, I think, or like a hobby. Um, I don't know, like those fanfics that like um, people publish and a new chapter every day or every few days. Um, that I don't know, like how do they do it? It's insane to me. Um, I always struggle with uh, character relationships and how to write situations. Perhaps it's because I haven't really developed the characters. I don't know how they would react. That's the main issue. But I always, those things that they say that writers are like, you have the writers that um, grow the stories and the characters, and the writers that have them all planned out from the beginning. Well, I think I'm the second category for now. Like, I don't know. I could be the first in the future. I don't know. Hopefully, because the first category is not working for me. Uh, I plan out the story and then I realize like this character wouldn't do that. But he has to do it for the plot. But I don't want him to do that, or I don't want them to do that because it wouldn't be realistic for their character. So I like struggled with that, and then I abandoned the story because I see no future with it, and I've run this same loop for a number of years. Um, but yeah, I did this this story. I want to break the loop. I want to break the loop. I find it that just starting with the comic and writing and drawing the first page and just starting with it, it's better than just like running circles around the story and trying to you know hit myself over the head trying to know how it will all end. Like, I don't know. Having an ending in mind, it's really useful though. So I don't think I wouldn't go into a story without knowing what would happen at least a little bit. But yeah, I just start with the story. I actually that's what I did when I started the comic that I have published in my Instagram page. Um, that I didn't finish because I don't know. I have to reboot it. I don't think that the first page is hold up because I did this thing that I've been telling you about just starting with the first page, and the first pages are so shitty because I did them. What is happening with me? I did them like in a single afternoon, like in a few hours, and they look so shitty. They are so bad. And if you are trying to make people read your story, the first pages can't be that of that quality. Um, but yeah, I want to reboot the story someday because I still like the characters. I think I would change the story and the characters a little bit, but I would like maintain the some things about it. Um, uh, though now that I'm thinking, I could tell you about that story. Um, Basically, it's about a girl called Sam. I think, was it Sam or Sophia? I don't even know the name of the main character of my story. Oh my god, I did it a long time ago. But yeah, it was Sam, I think. Sam and Robot. They basically crashed into an unknown planet. Sam is like the mechanic of the crew. This happens in like a faraway future. It's sci-fi, the story, and robot is like the medical robot. And Sam doesn't like robot at all. Like um, a few pages that I didn't publish, I think, told the story like the first robots that like the first medical robots that humanity created came out wrong. Like they didn't, like they had the tools to help people, but they just didn't, like they didn't want to. They like they saw the people that made them deploy them in a war zone where there were a lot of people like um, injured, and the robots just stay there because they didn't have the empathy um, to uh, to go and help people. They were like, children when they are very small and don't really know what being hurting like another person does. They were sort of like that. They lacked the humanity. I don't know if humanity like small children don't like humanity, just they just don't know. But these robots, they lack the humanity to want to help these people, or they didn't have the knowledge, or robots can't feel pain, so they wouldn't know how that felt, so why would they help? But some stay with the idea that robots were inherently like non-feeling, like unempathetic machines, basically. And this character, robots, doesn't help with that, um, because robots basically just does his job. He doesn't really care about some, or at least not outside of his duty. Um, and Sam has like a lot of trouble with that, but she doesn't really realize that she doesn't care about robots either. Like Sam also doesn't care, or has not that much trouble in hurting people. Like she's a pretty unempathetic person too. But yeah, basically they crash into this planet, and Sam loses both of her arms, which absolutely brutal, and Robot gives her one of his arms. And so basically they each have one arm, and they have to traverse this icy planet to reach their ship and find their crew, because like they got separated in the accident. And yeah, that's the story, like that's the setup. And I wanted to explore these two characters and what would happen with them, like how would they, like how their lives are affected by their lack of empathy. I don't think lacking empathy, those, that there are some mental illnesses or that are more like medieval than others, like antisocial behavior and all that people say that they lack empathy, and they are mostly like they are always made the villains, but they are still human, and I wanted to explore that. Like they can, like many people say that like antisocial are people are villains and they can't be redeemed and they can't be saved, but there are many stories where people that have family with those tendencies, like help them out and teach them and respect them. And you know, I don't have all this info about that, but they end up being great people, and I wanted to explore that. So yeah, I've been recording for a really long time. These are the results. I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it was great practice to practice clothes. If you're an artist, remember to practice and do studies and all that, because it makes you better. Um, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out, and I will do part 2 and 3 with the other two characters that I made. um, a little spoiler, one of them is a cookie jar and the other is a sock. But yeah, I will make the other video for them in a few days, I think. So yeah, expect that. I hope you had fun if you had this video in the background while you were doing something else. And I will see you another day. Goodbye.